my god, no cameras? That's gonna be great. No cameras is gonna feel absolutely great. Alright. The first 5 rounds were together in one stream, so this is gonna be the first introduction after the fact that I've uploaded all 5 rounds. First 5 rounds. And this is basically me now kind of orienting myself because I started playing a little bit on my own in a different career mode. And I'm now just in a situation that I'm going to look at what I can do. For those of you that are new at this point in time, yes, Nick DeVries has been replaced in the 3rd race of the season. After crashing out, not himself, but also his teammate twice in the first 2 races. It's not great. It was not a great showing, but Lawson in the next 4 races has done incredibly well. Finishing well within where we expected him to finish. Previous race results, finishing right alongside his teammate several times. Pretty great. Within 4/10, even ahead of Yuki. In Baku, he finished a lap down, but Yuki was right ahead of him. It's not bad. Melbourne was his first race, I think. Yeah, Melbourne was his first race. And as expected, he finished last. But he has shown improvement so far. So let's see what he can do in Imola. Let's take a look at the driver and sub standings. No worries, Master. No worries. Take a look at the driver standings. Last race, Ferrari had an absolute won it over on Red Bull because Red Bull had a double DNF, crashing each other out on lap 3. Incredible stuff. They were even on points, but because Red Bull has 3 wins and Ferrari only 2, on countback they are ahead. That's insane stuff. Insane stuff. Aston Martin is leading by 3 points over Mercedes. Just by 3 points. Alpine and Haas are in a battle for 5th. And Williams, McLaren, us, and Alfa Romeo are in the fight for 7th. Our goal is to get 7th in the championship at least. If we can go high, it'll be even better. Let's take a look at what is happening in the F2 championship. MP Motorsport is absolutely dominating. They have some pretty decent cars at their disposal. And F3, Prema is not exactly dominating. They've had 2 races thus far compared to our 5. As pissed up, we are dead last, but we are trying to improve. We are improving. We are improving. That's our goal, is to get to the top, but it's not. There's a possibility it's not going to be great. The Drivers' Championship. Max Verstappen leads with 9 points over Charles Leclerc, and Carlos Sainz is another 11 points back after having won in Miami. Fernando Alonso is also not too far off. He's 47 points behind. That's a win and a bit behind. It could be done. It could be done. What else? We have now Yuki Tsunoda and Liam Lawson, which are operating at a very similar level. But let's not forget, Liam Lawson is in his rookie season, and he has come in with 2 less races. He was very close to points in the last race, but he had a small mistake at some point. We'll take a look at that at some point. But with that, let's take a look at our cars and drivers. Our car analysis. We are 4th best in acceleration, and the rest we are making progress. We're making progress in low speed specifically right now. What do we have in development? We have 2 things coming in, trying to develop right now. Manufacturing, we have a few things as well, trying to come in on time. We've got 2 researches, 2 times research happening. In the warehouse, we are pretty low on most things. Underfloor suspension, are we developing those? Underfloor suspension, yes we are. Front wing and chassis is also something we need to do, but we don't have the time. So we're doing front wing already. So and chassis is the next one we need to do. Go to important. Let's try and get into Q2 this race. Chance that we do will be pretty low. Let's take a look at our drivers. Liam Lawson, let's compare him to Yuki Tsunoda. His control is much better than Yuki Tsunoda. Like, much better. And where is he very similar? In braking, he's very similar. In cornering, he's close. So his stats are not that bad, and his results really do show. What's his? Yuki Tsunoda is only 2 years older, so that this is a good thing to have. His aggression, though, is very high compared, similar to the Yuki Tsunoda's. Also, we have Arthur Leclerc as our reserve, and if you compare him to Lawson, his smoothness is much better, his defending is much better, and he's pretty close in most categories. He's even with in overtaking. So he's pretty good. He's a very good all-rounder as well. So this is pretty nice to see. Our prep is done. Let's get into the race. I've done 8 minutes of waffling just to make sure that people get into it.
Welcome along to Italy.
And if you're here for the first time, you will know that we simulate practice sessions based on our understanding that it takes time. We simulate each practice session. We're gonna give them a setup, and we do each practice session simulating. Okay, satisfaction is not great. And that's there we go. Okay, we'll give that a shot with him. And that's gonna be the next one. And we're gonna set him on hard yet again. Yeah. And simulate FP2. Completed. Lawson. Struggling. 74%. His prep is going very well. He's an optimal there. Okay, let's give that a shot with Lawson. Okay, this is probably going to be a good one. And let's simulate the last practice session. And Lawson is struggling on this track. He's struggling pretty well, pretty much. Okay. Time to see what we can do in qualifying for the Imola Grand Prix. Can we do a small edit here and there? It is possible. I think that's gonna work. Give me 1 second. So I worked yesterday. So it's my most stressful moment of the day, like the morning after. Because it's just me hoping that I didn't mess something up. I think I will leave Yuki at what he has already, because that's just... Oh, this is the new qualifying session testing. Oh my god. Okay, so Imola, we are now required to use hards for Q1, mediums for Q2, and softs for Q3. Let's not forget that. This is incredible. This is what we are. Okay, now we are in a situation where we need to see how well our car performs on hards. That's what we're gonna see now. Let's go to manage qualifying, because we are gonna manage qualifying. Oh, this is a great, great start. I think we're gonna wait for near the midway point to set the first lap. There's no rain, right? Yeah, there's no rain. Okay. Now we're gonna send them out now. Start with Lawson. Get started with Liam Lawson, and Tsunoda goes right up behind him. Lawson, half a second behind.
Copy.
Tsunoda, 4 tenths ahead. Okay, these are some not very representative laps.
Copy.
It's not very representative laps, it seems. Yeah. We just can accept the fact that we're not in a great spot right now. Okay. Yeah, so it seems Lawson is struggling on these tires in general.
Check the flag.
And Tsunoda doesn't improve, but he does make it through into Q2. The time difference is exactly 1 second. Okay. So it seems that Yuki has the pace to be in the top 10. potentially. That's not bad. That is unfortunate for him, but it's... Let's try and get Yuki into Q3. Let's see what we can do. Any shockers thus far? No. No shockers exactly, but everything is making sense. Everything is making sense so far. 2 Haas's, 2 Aston Martins, 2 Red Bulls, 2 Ferraris. Yeah, I'm only gonna set a lap time at the very end. Just to make sure that we don't have any traffic.
We are P10 at the moment.
Okay.
This lap was not too bad actually. This is in lap. This is in lap.
Copy.
So yeah, I don't think we're gonna have
Not
any...
totally sure what's happened. Seems to be Perez though.
Something happened. What happens here? Oh, Perez.
Unbelievable.
Let's take a look at what Tsunoda can do. I don't think he's gonna make it much out. He needs about a tenth improvement. Is he improving? He's improving so thus far.
Check reflect, check reflect.
He's improving, and he makes it into Q2. Let's go, Tsunoda! Absolute incredible stuff here. Tsunoda makes it into Q2. This is just a pace advantage. This is an absolute incredible showing by Tsunoda right here. It's an incredible showing. Unfortunate for Liam Lawson that he couldn't make it through. Let's take a look. We have 3 sets of tires. And for the race we have 2 mediums and a hard and 2 hards. Yeah, 2 mediums and 2 hards is what we have.
Green light now.
I'm gonna send out Tsunoda on 1 set of tires right now. See what he can do. .4 seconds off of Verstappen. 0.2 off of Ocon. 0.4 off of Hamilton. I'm going to use a second set of tires here. 0.5 ahead of Magnussen.
Check reflect.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, Yuki.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, Yuki crashed out. That's not bad. That's okay though. It's alright.
It's race day.
We're still in the P10 to start the race. Let's oh, emergency manufacture. We need to do this manufacturing emergency. Might as well do 2, right? Since we're at it. Alright. And front wing. Okay. Oh, okay. That's wild. Apparently, this specification is #1 in high speed, which is why Yuki was so incredible. Oh, I completely forgot about that, by the way. The fact that we had an upgrade on Yuki that Lawson didn't have. So, of course, Lawson's not going to make it through because he's got the 17th worst in high speed, and we need high speed for this race. Bozo. Okay. Chances that we get a
Here in Imola,
red
the
flag,
drivers are ready to take on the
it's
63 laps
gonna
of
be
the
pretty
Emilia
high, I
Romagna
think.
Grand Prix.
Ferrari starts on
This is
pole.
it, the
Ferrari on
Emilia
the all
Romagna
Ferrari
Grand
front row.
Prix. And it's lights out.
And let's see
and
what we
away
can
we
do.
go.
Tsunoda. Can Tsunoda hold on to P9? He's trying to make it work. He's P10. Tsunoda is keeping up with the rest of them in the first and second sector. I think that's where he's gonna absolutely pull distances on these guys. Meanwhile, Lawson is gonna just struggle. Lawson knows he's gonna struggle. This is fine. He's gonna have the upgrades for the next race. These are the hopes. Let's see what Tsunoda can do. We're not gonna put him on high risk overtakes. It's just not worth it. Our car is also very nice on its tires compared to the rest of the grid. Like just in general, we are on 84% while the rest is already going below 80%. Even with Lawson. We are now below 80% with Lawson. While everyone is reaching below 70s. So we are in a very good position right now. Because our upgrades are very minute, but I think for next season we are very much in the works for some great major improvements. It's VSC.
There's been a crash.
Let's see what happened. What kind of crash is this?
Here we are then at turn 17.
Oh no,
Barely any room to
Piastri.
maneuver. Oh, and the car's there, unable to keep
Oh,
out of
thank
each other's
God.
way.
We didn't have any problems there. Lawson just saw what happened right there. Sargent is in the pits, almost about to get lapped by the entire field. We don't need to worry about the VSC or whatnot.
Virtual safety car.
Lawson is keeping up,
Follow the
which is
reference.
crucial.
Okay.
VSC ending.
Copy that.
He's keeping up, relatively. He is struggling, but he's pretty far off, but he is holding on. Like, he's just within touching distance of the race leaders, which is probably the best thing he can do at this point. That's probably the best he can do. Okay, Ocon pits. What are we hoping for here? Someone in the top pits crashes out. Okay, we've just entered the pit window for both drivers. We will probably pit around the time that Hulkenberg pits with Tsunoda, and Lawson will pit when Zhou pits, I think. What does Albon go to? Albon also goes on to the hard. Okay, Perez's pit. Comes out P9. Okay, Zhou has pit, so which means we are gonna pit onto the hard as well. And we're gonna say to just push a little bit over here. Just go for some lap times there, Lawson. Use those tires. Okay, and you're gonna pit the next lap.
Box, box, Yuki, box, box, box. No.
Copy.
And our pit stop is 10th. And 11th. It's not bad timings. Standard. And we'll use up some of the fuel we have, honestly. We're okay with that. Let's just put that on balance now. Yuki, use up the fuel a little bit. And Magnussen comes out right ahead of us, which means we need to make this overtake happen.
And here
There we
got a
go.
yellow flag.
Magnussen spins off his own, on his own. And that's a
Lift off
VSC.
required.
Copy.
Virtual safety car. Virtual safety car.
VSC coming out. This is gonna be difficult.
Yeah, copy.
Sainz crashes.
Now here we are.
What
at
happened
the
with
final
Sainz?
corner. And makes contact with the wall.
Oh.
That will have knocked their confidence, I'm sure.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate for Sainz, but that's we're okay with that. We're okay with that. 'Cause it's not someone we're battling anyway. Is he out of the race? Yeah, he's out of the race too. Which means we've got another opportunity to get some points.
Virtual safety car ending.
Let's keep going.
Copy.
What can... Sargent pits again. So Sargent was on a 2-stop. No, he's not on a 2-stop, he crashed out. Let's not forget that. He crashed out, so... Let's go aggressive with both drivers a little bit. They're using up their fuel. I want to see what we can do here. Okay, this is going pretty well. It's going pretty well for both drivers. For the fact that this is the 6th race and there's not much to fight for other than points. We're just hoping that we can fight for some level of points. Is there something gonna happen here? Come on. We're on 13 laps to go. Pit stop loss is, what is it, like 22 seconds, 23 seconds? which means we would come up behind Sargent. Does Lawson have the pace on a lower spec car over Sargent in a straight line? Because the Williams is an absolute monster down the straights, so that's not something we can. We need to be careful that we don't overdo it. It's possible. We could attempt it. The fastest lap sponsor bonus. 15.8 is to beat. What is the lap times that Lawson is doing? An 18.8. Okay. An 18.8 is the best you can do, and 18.2 is what the best Tsunoda has been doing. Okay, let's put this back to balanced. We have used quite a bit of fuel. Tsunoda has P13 in the bag, I think. Tsunoda just has that in the bag. Lawson, on the other hand, is slightly catching Joe, but I think with 3 laps to go, he can't push much more on those tires.
Battery is on the low side.
Copy.
And let's put this on.
Over the finish line.
Always defend.
And today's winner.
That's it. P13, Yuki. Was not
That's
bad,
Yuki.
I saw that you tried.
Oh, Lawson couldn't make it through. I tried to get him through. I tried.
Back after the checkered flag.
I tried. It didn't work out though. Unfortunate. Lawson did make it up 2 positions. Yuki dropping 3. I think our 1 lap pace was absolutely incredible. The inevitability of Max Verstappen when he doesn't crash out is showing itself. Leclerc P2. Fernando Alonso on the podium in P3. Not bad. Aston Martin increases their lead over Mercedes. And we've kind of held on to here. It's nice that Williams also didn't get any points. But it makes our life a little harder. We're still the worst car on the grid in terms of team on the grid in terms of pit stops. And let's hope for anything. I mean, we got all our bonus clauses, right? Performance targets. No general bonuses. That's all right. That's all right. That helps us save money.